So this is what I was talking about being what I can do. Okay, killed him. I thought I was in for a second. So now I can kill this dude right here. As you can see, he has some type of reputation on him. And that's the parry button. Okay. Just want to make sure this thing actually does parry. Come on. Oh god. And as you can see right there, his weapon does bleed damage or makes you have blood loss, which means that you don't want that bar to get filled unless you want to lose a lot of your health. As they say, you lose like at least 1/3 of your health, which is a pretty high. That's a high number for losing a lot of your blood. Ow. What? Well, there goes that. Headaches begin. Yeah, this is gonna be annoying. Alright, well, this looks like I'm gonna have to take 2 on that. And without a number. Right. Oh god. I already feel it. Pain. Suffering. All over my body. All over. Anyway. Okay, there we go. There's just like staying there just so that way the fog wall can move, so that way we can continue on what I'm doing. Alright, again, kill these 2 so I don't interfere in the fight. Grab this, look at him, say up yours, and let's continue this fight. Alright. You can parry that attack, which pretty much means that you can have a good crit going on. But you do have to be like very, very careful. I do want to pop this so that way I do a little bit more damage. Yeah, I like how now he's not trying to do that heavy attack so much. He does have a parry though, so I do want to be careful. Because with the weapon arts he has, he can do that heavy attack or he can parry my attack. No! Oh, thank god! No, 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 no! No! There we go. And so now, yeah, like that's why I said I didn't want to level up yet, because look at how much souls he gave me. But he also died, and now you see that he gives you the Uchikatana, the Masters... What the hell is it called again? Master's Attire, and also Master's Gloves. Which it doesn't really do anything too much compared to like what the armor I'm wearing. All it would probably increase... Yeah, it increases more of like magic, lightning, and dark. Along with having less curse and poison, or more curse and poison resistance, I mean. And that goes the same with the gloves and armor. So, but that's not really something I'm gonna be like worrying about yet. I'm gonna be just dealing with this. So now that that's out of the way, I need to. I want to think, because I want to. Like I said, I wanted to do like a strength and phase build.
Ashen to Lothric,
which means
where the homes of the lords converge. Very well.
Wait, she never said that before. What?
Ashen one, produce the coiled sword at the bonfire. The mark of ash will guide thee to the land of the lords. To Lothric, where the homes of the lords converge.
Mm. So I'm gonna try one more time of see if she'll say what she was originally saying before.
Ashen one, produce
Produce the
the
coil
mark
sword.
of ash to
Okay. Well, I'm sorry. I didn't know she was gonna say that at all. Like, she didn't try that. She didn't say that beforehand. So I was like, okay. But well, for just a recap of for anybody who doesn't know what each thing does, vigor just means it increase my health, which, as you can see, it kind of increases resistance and damages and stuff like that, along with attunements. Along with the attunement being more of focus points, so the more attunement you have, the more of a focus points you're gonna get, like the higher the level. Endurance just means your stamina getting increased, which again, all these things affect everything right there. And attunement actually also affects your attunement slots, meaning that you can have miracles, sorceries right there on hand, so that way you can, use them. Because otherwise, you can't use any of that stuff at all. um, Vitality, what it basically does is that it increases your equipment load, which can come in handy for when, if you're a person who likes using bigger weapons like myself, then you would definitely need to increase this like by a crap ton, because you're gonna learn the very hard way that if you don't do that, you're gonna be in big trouble. That also go strength is also something that, as you can see, kind of increases the damage for your weapons, and also your defenses get increased as well. But that goes with dexterity. Intelligence falls under more of the I would say like for like if you want to use sorceries or pyromancy, you need intelligence. You need the higher that goes, the more advanced stuff you can use. But now, actually, as I should also mention, dexterity is if you are more not like if you don't want to use heavy weapons more, but you want to use like katanas or rapiers and stuff like that. That's more dexterity wise. That's where you. That's the thing that you would want to increase. In understandable, I will respect your idea of what you want to do for that, but trust me, I would say you probably would have a better luck. I mean, actually, I wouldn't say anything because say anything. Oh God, it just caught what I said. I wouldn't say anything because you know what? Everybody has their own build, and actually, sometimes it works better than it works for me or whatever. So I can't be the overall judge of what would work better for one person than the other. So there's that. But dexterity is just more for like more weapons that would use quicker attacks and stuff like that. And if you're really going for a dexterity build, honestly, I would say start off with bandit. Right? Is that what it's called? Or thief? Or something like that. One of those two. You know what I'm talking about with the whole character selection. Just start off with him because he has a higher dexterity than everybody else, if I'm not mistaken. Which means that you should be able to roughly be able to use the Uchikatana if you wanted to very, very quickly than others. Like myself, I can't use it even if I wanted to because I would need 16 dexterity. I don't remember specifically because it's been a minute because I actually looked at it. But yeah, so that's dexterity. Intelligence, again, that's pyromancy and sorceries. That's just your ability to be able to use that stuff, along with also being able to use the staff, so that way you can produce those. So you can produce sorceries. You don't really need to have your intelligence increased for. You don't need your intelligence really increased to use pyromancy so much. At least, the pyromancy hand, I should say, which will be attained later on, as you'll see in this game. But yeah, that's one of those things that you will attain later on, so that way you'll be able to use that. And then faith, as I said, I want to go a strength of faith build and stuff like that. Um, Faith is where you'll be able to use miracles. It's kind of like if you kind of think about it, faith is like a religious thing or whatever. So you say I'm kind of go more down line of being like a cleric and all that other stuff. So there's that, and and uh yeah, that's what faith is. That's why you're able to use like that's why you're able to like use miracles and stuff like that. That's why I say it's a religious thing or whatever. That's so because I'm going more faith or whatever, I'm being more one with religion and stuff like that. And luck, all that it does is it increases your item discovery, which basically can come very handy. Depending like if you want like certain items or certain weapons and stuff like that. And what I mean by that is like I guess I guess it'll be more explained by showing you. That would be more of what I would have to say. But for now, I'll get back to luck later on. But for now, I need what I'm gonna end up doing right now is I'm gonna increase dexterity just by like 3 and 4. Just add one more just for safety. Just because the safety number you can of dexterity would be 20, just because of the fact that that's normally the highest weapon needs is 20 as far as I've ever seen. So there's that. I'm going that, and I'm gonna give this 4. That way it can that way it will be at 20, which should give me it should give me much more of a higher range around the ability to, what's the word I'm looking for, like the ability to wield heavier weapons. There we go. Like it, because everything has to like eventually need to bring it higher. You have to bring it higher so that way you can use heavier weapons like the perfume sword or like axes and stuff like that. That's usually the general idea. It's swords, axes, you know. Like great swords would be a good example for one. I actually like great swords, and also axes, like great axes. That's just my idea. Although I do have to say, I find it weird that there's a great sword and then there's an ultra great sword, but it only goes up to a great axe. That's it. It's so weird to me. I don't know. And the last level I'm gonna do is attunement, just so that way I can start building that up, and I'll soon be able to get an attunement slot, and so that way I can start having mana to use. Yep. And look, so pretty much I pretty much gained from level 7 to all the way to level 16, which, do math, is almost 10 levels. I was able to have 9 levels overall just from the beginning. I haven't even moved anywhere else. Like this is the technically this is like the tutorial area or whatever, and I gain overall about a good solid's worth of 9 levels, sorry. Now if you also realize that when you level up, you notice that the required souls gets higher, and that's just because that's its balanced way of being like, okay, well, you're starting to get a little too OP. If you want to get stronger than what you are, you're gonna have to really work for it, buddy. And yeah, that's just gonna that's just gonna be fun when I have to do that later on. Oh boy. And trust me, don't worry, I'll save you the torture. But Yeah. Oh god, it's gonna be hectic. You know, thinking about it logically, I probably should have touched a little bit on vigor, but oh well. I think I can manage with the amount of health I have. Because as long as I don't make silly mistakes like miss dodge, early dodge, or anything like that, I should be fine. I know some people don't rely on dodging and stuff like that, but sorry, I'm one of those people. I can't help it. I need to dodge. If I don't dodge, if I don't dodge, I feel like I'm most likely gonna end up getting hit, just like smack that right in the face, boom. And I don't want to get hurt. I want to live. Yeah. I will say that I probably also will do some invading there, just so that way I can have some good old stuff. Ow. Freaking dog. I hate those things. But actually one thing to note is that dogs are actually weak against fire. If you hit the dog with a torch, you'll notice that they'll like ravel around trying to turn it, like trying to like extinguish themselves or whatever from being on fire and all. So, oh, and there goes what I was talking about with that early dodge. God damn it. Yep. Although there's really nothing, there's almost no reason for me to be on this side. You might be like, well, what do you mean? Well, this later on just ends up unlocking a shortcut. As you will see right here, this is gonna be the shortcut, but of course you can't access it now because it's only able to open from one side, which is so stupid. It's like, why? What is that supposed to be? The sex dungeon? Ooh, the sex dungeon. Must go there now. No, I must resist. Gotta move on. Gotta go fast. Yes, I know. I said something Sonic. I said something very, very Sonic. I can't help. Oh, I just realized I may or may not have screwed myself. Hold on a second. Whoa there. Hold on a second. Before I can see that on, let me just do something real fast. Yes, I have it somewhat in muscle memory to know where exactly that is. Oh, now you might be like, well, why did I just... Oh no, I may have just killed myself. So you may be like, well, why did I just did that? Because these things are weak to fire, like a lot of things. Notice I spin around. Give you a chance to hit it to. Dodge back. Pretty much almost rinse and repeat. Actually, I think that's not. There you go. And look. Gives you roughly around... I don't know how many slots. I wasn't actually looking. That's... Oh my god, I just realized. I got this ring and I never put it on. Guys, my channel ended already. I already see it. No. But, please, no, don't leave me, please. I don't want to be alone. Anyway, no, I can't believe I forgot to do that. And I went in here like 4 different times after I got that ring, and I still didn't put it on. I don't know what to do with myself. But, yes, so... There's that. But if you realize when you kill those things, that big old slippery little sly thing or whatever, you gain a ember and a titanite shard. And titanite shards are used to increase a good chunk of your weapons up to +3. But of course, though, here's the catch. As you keep upgrading it, you're gonna need more titanite shards. I think it's 2, 4, then 6. and then after that it goes to large titanate. I think that's what's called, large titanate shards, something like that. And that would be the same process, and then after that one, which goes up to +6, and then to go up to +9 you need titanite chunk, and to make it +10 you need titanite slab. Yeah, so you're gonna notice that you're gonna have to like try to get all that. Yeah, I mean it's not that bad. I will say like maybe a little bit early on it will be a little bit of a little teaser, just because you're gonna be like, well, I need this. I want to upgrade this weapon. Hopefully I can find some, because in the beginning I feel like you will spend it like very quickly, and you will not have it immediately. So like either you're gonna end up conserving it so they'll wait for the right weapon, or end up spending it just for the weapon you have right now to make it stronger, and then end up realizing that you will get immediately stabbed and not be able to move. I've been trying to hit him, both of them, and I keep getting stun locked immediately. Great. This is already looking a whole lot worse than what I already used to. Anyway, yeah, so that's my point. Like, either you're gonna conserve it and wait for, like, oh, I found this weapon, I can upgrade it with Titanite Shard. I think it's gonna be a good weapon, or I'm using it, it's not that bad, and upgrade it. Boom, there you go. You're gonna have it, but again, you're gonna end up realizing that without, like, if you don't like grind, or if you're not like a very lucky person to find where they are, you're gonna end up realizing that Titanite shards will go out pretty quickly. So you have to kind of, so that's why I'm saying you gotta be kind of smart about what you want to do. Like, this weapon is good. I don't really think I need to upgrade it immediately. I would say like maybe I will upgrade it later on more. Look, I was just dealing with your buddy upstairs, alright? He looks exactly like you. What, your twin brothers? Yeah, I like how I only get my own jokes, because I'm horrible. Nobody tells me about that. No, but oh god. Ow. Ow. Need to be very careful, because I kind of am reckless right now. I never realized that's a dragon. I'm gone. Screw this. Damn, that was a massacre. But 3 souls, yay. So yes, they knew about this little door because there's also something else in the beginning on. I'm not even gonna read those messages because I'm gonna end up saying what I'm gonna say. This is a mimic, and how you can tell is that if you really look carefully, you'll end up realizing there's like some moments where it slightly breathes, like you can see it take its little breath. There you go, like right there. And then the other way, if you're not even sure, like if it's actually for some reason you can't see that it's breathing sometimes or whatever, you could always tell because the chain right here is always like vertical. And when you see a regular chest, you'll realize it's kind of curved up horizontally. So, without further ado, I guess I will have to kill it. Oh boy, this is gonna be fun. Just do a little war cry. That did not work out in my favor. I'm gonna smack dilly dab him like this, but the old-fashioned way. Psych. Psych. Ah, oh god, he actually tried to trick me. You know, funny enough, you realize its head has the best defense. Like, it has it has a stronger defense, but once it stands up, its body is like so weak and it's easy to kill. Also, if you just realized, I picked up the same axe I have, but it's different. Just by a little bit. Because it's infused with a deep gem. Meaning that it just gains dark magic. There's no attribute bonus, sadly, so this is all you get. Now in your head, you might be like, well, that's a lot of damage in the beginning. Because that's 192 damage already right there. But you have to take into consideration of that some monsters have resistance to those things. A lot of these monsters had resistance to any of these things, like, because some of them have their own weaknesses, others don't have their own weaknesses. You know, like it goes back and forth. It kind of like does the heads and tails. But yeah, and you know what? Now realizing I actually beat it without not too much of a problem. Still doing pretty good. Oh, hello there, good sir. You must be a good knight, right? Why are you charging at me? Oh god. He's out of here, folks. This is self-defense. I'm gonna get the king to kill you. If you would have done that extra swing, I do not have anywhere to dodge to, and I would probably be dead. Oh, right, I never explained... Well, I explained luck by, like, a little bit, but... to get fully understanding... So, yeah, this is what luck would kind of be like. Basically, if I don't... My luck is kind of low, in a sense. So, right now, I didn't get anything from this guy, which... That's just because of my luck. I don't have... I may not have the chance to... Why is this body, like, so freaking... dull, like doll-like. Look at it, it moves around. Anyway, yeah, so that's part of my luck. It's just that I can barely get items from these creatures, or something else can happen. Like I do get an item. I can get each, like, because every creature has like their own like rarity of like what item it will drop when you kill it. There's some that are common. The one that's most likely to happen is none, but there are common ones where it can drop. I don't know, like, because the only reason why I say I can't like really say is because of the fact that it's depending on the creature, and then the other thing is that I don't know what would be like considered a high common. Because I mean, then again, the only thing that would make it common would be more for the fact that you can get it from any creature, and that's what I'm like trying to think. Because the rare thing would the rare thing that would be like the pieces of the armor or whatever. I would say like that would most likely be the rarest thing of all. Ugh. Hurts. Alright, let's continue onwards, because, you know, I'm glad I managed to pull however the hell I did all that. I'm just gonna drop down and I'm just gonna continue with my life. Once I saw that knife behind me, I was like, yeah, let me just wait a second. Come here. You're dead. You're dead. There we go. Souls, man, they're very fun. Wait a minute, why am I thought I had those equipped. Or did I take them out? I think I took them out. I probably did it subconsciously. I don't know. There you go. Come on. There she is. The one thing I critical of freaking. Oh, that's not good. Ow. You know, I'm just gonna also mention that this is a rooftop. There we go. Yeah, it's dead. It's definitely dead. There you go. And you go. Like I said, every time you defeat it once, you can get a Titan Shard and an Emperor. The second time, you will only just get the souls. You won't get them stuff. Grab that. Get over here, you little. There we go. I don't know why you thought you was gonna get out of there.